You are now listening to Rad. Get that money, that money.
No self-control, we ain't nothing to fuck with. No self-control, we ain't nothing to fuck with. No self-control, we ain't nothing to fuck with. Niggas know we ain't nothing to fuck with. That rotten apple dream, I live that, been that. Nigga about that bag, I get that. Click clack, that's the sound of the man with the switch black. Just when you thought I was done, this to get we gon' make y'all respect our city. Nobody from anywhere wanted it with DMX or Biggie. I got boys in the lobby now, running with around the crowd. Back the whole party down, that's word to 50. Izzy, catching the case, I murder niggas like Mace and give them the Harlem Shakes. Nigga, word to Diddy. I got Jada the shooter, Banks at the wing, Jay-Z at the 4, he do his motherfucking thing. At the 5, there was pun. There ain't nobody high, the system gas prices high, but not as high as my confidence. Yeah, the streets saying this joint's hard. I'm Starberry, I'm NYC's point guard. I'm playing mix with Ray Kwan. This that purple tape from back in the days, nigga, that they hate on. I get my cake on and you just stress. My lifestyle is FABOLOUS. They want me to rap like Fab to bring the ladies in. Nah, I'ma rap like Rad until they say we win. Until they see me pull up and that Mercedes Benz all white looking like Slim Shady rims. New York
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Rated U5. This is U5 News Flash. News Flash number 9. We're on episode 9. That's right. Hope y'all guys are having a great weekend. I've got right here ready to interview Rad. That's right. I've got Rad in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Rad? How are you, man? What's popping?
Everything is all good, cuz.
Man,
You already know.
I can't wait for the summer. I'm not too fond of the winter, man. How you holding up there with all the cold weather, huh?
Yeah, man. It's kind of brick out here. It's about to snow again, you know.
Well, I've been trying to get you on here and finally got you. And we wanted to go and touch base with you and talk about your art, talk about your music, your vibe, and learn more about, you coming up from the 80s, man. We going back to 1980s, huh?
Yeah, man. 1982, 83 around there I started, you know.
That's when you started getting in the game with graffiti. Now, I
Yes,
had just
sir.
interviewed your brother, GA. He came on board and he had a long interview. Actually, went for 2 segments. So I'm happy to have you on board over here for your interview and learn more about your style, your finesse, whatnot, especially with your rap skills. Everyone knows about NSK, no self control. So tell me a little bit more about how you actually got involved with graffiti back in the 80s. What made you do that? Was it your environment? Was it your brother? Talk to me about that.
So, growing up, I was in Bushwick, along with all you the rest of you fellas and shit. And my brother was heavy into graffiti, started off in like early 80s, a little earlier than me. And I used to just see him, taking pictures on the roof or the trains going by. Like he's taking pictures of every subway cart going by with pieces on them, some nice artwork, and then I used to always, try to see everything that he was doing. He would go bombing, do little pieces around the neighborhood, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I see you was getting up too, so I was like, damn, I want to be down. I want to be in this game too.
So that was in the 80s, and something that was popular back in the 80s, which people still talk about. Maybe we'll have another reemergence on the silver screen. That was 1984, Gremlins, the Gremlin movie.
Yes, sir. Gizmo, bright lights.
That's it. That's it. Now, growing up in Bushwick, I know it was a tough era for all of us growing up. People don't know the struggle. People don't know the struggle was real. Like it was for real,
Definitely.
for real. Back in the 80s, you had things like crack cocaine was a big thing in the neighborhoods. AIDS was just starting to surface. There was crime that was rampant out there in Bushwick. I
Yes,
mean, they used to
sir.
call it Bucktown, New York. I mean, it was just a lot going on in Bushwick. Tell me about at that point. I know you were young, but at that point in the early 80s, what was it around that you experienced during that period?
Shit, I know my father was heavy into a whole lot of that drug game shit out there, trying to make his money and do his thing. And on my block, they they just ransacked my block and just put drugs all over my block, and everybody on the block was, you know, the residents was trying to get them out of there, call the cops on them every day. It was crazy because they was fighting with the drug dealers running them down with the guns and everything. It was real crazy. Every problems with other blocks because of the same thing. It was just crazy out there, man.
There was there was so much going on, not only with the graff game, but also with the drugs. And I know one of the most notorious names that people heard of was Medina, back in
Oh
those
yeah.
days. You probably heard that name ring a bell, right?
That's right. That's right. He
So
was
what
out
else
there
was
running everybody down.
so what else was going around? Maybe mid to late '80s. What was going on in your life personally? Between the mid, like maybe '85 to '89.
So like around that time, you know, I had a few different graffiti names at the time, and I was just like trying to pick one out, like which one was gonna match with me and represent me the best. So I was like, I ran through a couple names. I had like RD, NB, and it just wasn't like there was another RD already, and you know he's a legend. Shout to him. Like I just couldn't stay with that name and and be happy with that name for myself. Like damn, I'm running around trying to figure it out, and then one day the movie Rad came out about this kid riding bicycles, and I used to always have, you know, nice dope bikes, mongooses and all that shit, GT performers.
Right.
So I was like, oh, this is a dope movie. And I was like, damn, that's a dope name right there. So I just started writing Rad, and that shit's still with me since then.
Wow. And that's interesting because I had even forgotten how popular things were as far as the BMX bicycles and even roller skating back in those days.
Oh, hell yeah.
Before it really caught on, and skateboarding before it caught on, I remember making my own skateboards by getting the wheels from the roller skates, then just just attaching them to a piece of wood, a plank
Yeah.
of wood.
I
Yeah.
remember my father used to work at the skate ring, and he used to come home, bring us skates and everything, and the wheels had the lights on them and everything.
Right.
And everybody on my block was like, "Oh shit, y'all got lights on your skates? How you get those?" Yeah, we used to just be crazy with that.
Yeah, one of the things that I never learned to do, which I always wanted, there's two things in my life that I always wanted to learn how to do, which I haven't, and it never happened, never materialized. Number one was to roller skate backwards, and number two was to do a backflip.
I
Yeah.
could do one of the two. I can't do the
Uh-huh.
backflip.
Okay. So that was the '80s. Now you're seeing GA, and he's getting involved with graffiti, and all of a sudden you're starting writing graffiti. And so tell me, like, who you're out there writing with? Were you writing by yourself? Were you going out with your big bro? Were you going out with other local graffiti artists?
So I'll start like this. Growing up, like I said, I was watching him do the graffiti stuff. I would go to your crib and watch you doing your graffiti stuff, and you would let me get on the black books and get, you know, try to test my little skills and shit. I know I was whack, but I was trying.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
the crews I used to run with, KOR and them guys like Piana and them. I used to see y'all always getting up and going out. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna have to start trying to get up too. So I started tagging on my block mainly. I used to buy testers and just have my brother buy testers or go to Knickerbocker and steal them. You know, I had allowance and I had, hey, go buy me some testers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He'd buy me like 20 testers and I'll be on my block trying to do throwies and pieces. And
Right.
so then like a little later, I started getting into the graffiti a little more. Like, oh, I'm seeing the trains going by, crazy pieces on there, nice dope pieces. I used to like give my brother the money, go buy me paint and go, I'll pay you to do a piece on the train for me. So he'd be like, oh shit, okay. He'll go do a piece for
You were
me.
out there. You were out there writing with which artists?
EC at first, me and EC
EC.
used to just go crazy. And he didn't really know how to write either. I was teaching him how to write. So everywhere we went, he would just basically look out. I'm doing our shit back to back. Like, all right, you look out. I'm gonna do your throwy and I'll do my throwy. And it was
Hmm.
just crazy. Then I started like, as as I was getting older and a little better and more known, I started bombing with like Tech from MOB Squad. Um,
Yeah.
my boy
Shout out to
BU.
Tech out there in Florida. Yep.
Yeah, Tech, that's my boy right there. Shout out to him. Facts. Um, BU. I went bombing with him a lot. We used to just go crazy. PCU Polo Club, all day.
Uh-huh.
I had a
Now,
few, I had
now, BU had a
the
brother, right? Didn't he have a brother? A brother? Was it Danny
Roval,
the
yeah, Roval.
Roble? Who was
Yeah.
Danny Bot?
That was BU.
That was BU.
Yeah,
I
that was
remember
BU.
those stats.
Yep,
And
yep,
I think later on they went and they were part of the TNG crew, right? With
yep,
DY and
yep,
FA and Jokey and those others, right?
yep. Oh, yep. For real. Nisk.
Nis,
Everybody. Shit. I used to go bombing, man. Me and Nisk used to go bombing a lot. And like when we hit like Canarsie out that way, me and Nisk used to go. That's when they was, TNG and all that. I was always NSK, like, all right, I'm just gonna go rock and go out with everybody, who was catching up. So I was like, all right, let's go. I'm with it. Anywhere anybody went, I was there.
so then, how did you get involved with rapping? Then, how did that start? Because you're writing graffiti. You're probably in high school, right? Or you're probably in high school by that
Uh,
time,
I was in junior high school at the time.
junior high school, and then you started
Yep.
getting involved with. Now, which junior high school did you go to?
At first, I went to 383, where Milk D went to. So when that Milk is chilling,
That
that
was
guy,
him. He went to
yeah, he was
383.
he went to he went to that school,
You
and
know who else
actually,
went to 383?
yeah, yeah.
I
So
did.
yeah, that's just crazy.
383
So
for those, yeah, for those that don't know, 383. I think it was I think it was IS 383.
yep,
Philippa Skyla. It was
Philippa
a school
Schuyler,
for
yep,
it was a school for the gifted and talented. So go ahead.
yes, sir. I was a little smart dude when I was younger. So
Yeah.
yeah, I went to that school, and he did a performance for like homecoming or something like that.
Wow.
Some crazy like a reunion or something. Oh yeah, that's what it was. He did a reunion, so he came back and did a performance for the school. We was wilding out, so I was like, oh shit, that was my first time seeing some live shit. And then, you and my brother was doing the music back then, so y'all
Right.
was in the crib one day, and you had DJ Quick Cut, DJ Supreme. Y'all was Team Supreme.
Right.
So y'all was in there shooting a little video in the back room. So I was like, "Yo, can I come in there and watch y'all do the video?" Y'all was like, as long as you be quiet, as long as you be quiet." So I'm sitting in the corner, just mad quiet, watching everything go down. So I was like, "Oh man, I could do this, yo! I could do this." So I started writing rhymes, battling y'all, trying
Yeah.
to trying to get at y'all. Like I'm better than y'all, I'm better than y'all. Even though I was trash at the time, but we kept the little battle going for a little while. It was kind of fun, like trying to learn how to catch metaphors and all kinds of stuff. That shit was dope.
Right. And as a matter of fact, yeah, your brother and I, we had filmed a video for one of our songs, one of our raps. And I
Yep,
don't know
yep,
whatever became of that video, but like I was so happy to go and just do that video because back them days you had the videos on TV, yeah, MTV was out, you have Ralph McDaniels and Video
yep.
Music Box and these things. So for us to go and make a simple video, I think we had like a little keyboard, it was probably about that big, right? And,
Hell yeah.
and it was just something extraordinary, to be dipping into that.
Yep,
So that was another facet, and also obviously another element of hip hop, because graffiti was the first element, and so now we're
that's
getting
right.
involved with rapping, and then even beatboxing and breakdancing and all that. Were you ever
Yep.
involved in breakdancing?
Well, yeah, because I used to watch y'all do the breakdancing shit too. So I mean, everything I got involved with because I seen y'all doing something. I was like, oh shit, and I looked up to y'all. So it was like, damn, they out there breakdancing, doing their thing, and we used to go steal cardboard from the factory over there on Myrtle and Grove, and we used to come out, throw the cardboard down, start battling and everything. I'm over there doing back spins into hands, all kinds of crazy stuff. Yo, it was crazy.
Yeah, I
Good
miss having
times.
those. I miss having those jackets. I guess they were called the windbreakers that you can fold them up and they turn into like a little zip pouch.
Yeah.
You know, and they were so light, and then you can throw them on. You have to spin on the linoleum or the cardboard, whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So you got involved with that, and all of a sudden now your brother starts producing. Was he producing you guys or managing you guys as a group with the NSK? How did that evolve?
Yeah. So as I was getting into the rap thing after that, like years later, like we used to go to like parties and shit. Remember, we used to call them jams. So we used to go to jams and everything. And he had me battling everybody. He just had me going crazy. Like, all right, yo, my brother can rap. So I go start rapping and everything. I was like 13, 14, just trying to fit in. Trying to get in where I fit in. And I was kind of mastering my craft through the years. So then in the '90s, we started going to the studio. And I was like, okay, now we talking about, doing some things now. Now we in the studio learning how to do what we got to do in the studio. And
Right.
he started producing beats. And I was like, okay, the beats is dope. Okay. I'll give him an idea of what we want to do. Or he'll throw an idea out there and we just made it happen, man. We just got busy.
Well, I'm gonna blow your mind because I hold on to stuff like I've got this binder that you and your brother tagged up all around from the 80s. You can see the old
Wow.
throws and whatnot. But
Cool. Yeah.
inside of this, I actually have a flyer. You talking about how we used to go and create our own flyers for jams and whatnot? Well, here's one where we created a flyer for like a Halloween bash and Gates
I
Avenue.
remember that flyer.
Can you imagine that? That I still have these sorts of things. Maybe I'll
Wow.
burn a copy and send it off to because it has your throw up on here as well. It has me, you, GA. Talks about J Love proudly presents this party celebrating GA and Rad and my birthday. Bring
Yo, I
coffee.
remember that flyer, yo. Oh
Can
my
you imagine?
God.
And I've actually got some of the rhymes that GA and I wrote. And back in them days, the computers, the way they were printed out with this dot matrix, so you hear the printer go. It was really
Yeah.
crazy. And I've got some of these old darn rhymes with, I mean, the originals from
Wow.
the '80s. So I'm gonna make sure I get a copy of that out to you, whatnot.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. But
That's crazy.
for those that are listening, I've got Rad NSK here in the building. Back into the graph game, right? I mean,
All
how
right.
things getting crazy out there as far as the graph is concerned? In the
What was that?
streets, were things getting crazy out there as far as graffiti was concerned in the streets? Were you out there
Oh
uh,
yeah.
having beef? Were you out there? Did you ever get caught by Vandal Squad? Were you ever chased out by Vandal Squad or work bums?
I got chased by Vandal Squad. I remember the Vandal Squad called my house looking for me and my
Oh,
brother because
they
we
caught
hit
your
we hit
house.
so when we moved to like Flushing Queens up Myrtle down that way, what you call it? We used to always get on the train on Halsey and Whitehall. Always get
Mm,
on that train.
right.
And every time I went there, we hit that train station. We was killing it every time. Everywhere we went, we always had paint. It don't even matter. You had markers, paint, something, and we killed that train station. Halsey Layup was right there, so it was like
Mm,
so simple to go in there now.
right.
So I remember one of the other artists, they got caught. They got caught taking tags on the train station, and they gave up my name, my brother's name, my phone number, all that shit. And
Oh,
yo, Tom and Jerry called the crib. I'm like, yo, what? What y'all doing? Calling the crib. I answer the phone like, who's this? It was like Vandal Squad. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. Click. That
can't
was
believe they
crazy.
come at you that way, calling you at
For
the
real.
crib.
It's like I ain't understand why they was trying to get only at us. Like, but they
Mm.
wasn't. They was trying to get everybody.
So you got hooked up with other members, other artists, vocal artists, and then you guys released this CD. It was called "We Got That Raw." NSK, your brother produced it, put that together, and you've got a lot of other artists on there as well. You got RQ5. You've got Popcorn. You've got Gems, another talented artist. How did you guys get together? D-Mec as well. Shout out to D-Mec out there cutting hair.
That's my brother D-Mec.
Yeah. So how did that arrange? How did you guys just get together and put together something so fabulous? Because that CD was awesome.
So while we was doing, like, I had moved upstate, and I was, like, doing my thing out here. I had a little studio I used to go to, my boy's crib and everything. He had his own little shit going on. So I hit my brother up. I'm like, yo, I need to go to a real studio. Like, let's get something going. So he's like, all right, cool. Come down here. Shout out to 7888 Studios out in Brooklyn, East New York. So we used to go out there, and my brother was making the beats. So I'm like, all right, cool. We went out there the first time. I dropped one track, and I fell in love with the studio, man. I was just like, all right, now I want to go every week, every Saturday, Sunday. I want to go. So I'm there every week trying to put tracks together. I'm like, let's get in touch with D-Mec again. Because me and D-Mec used to run around Bushwick like we was the top dogs out there. And then Popcorn and his crew, they was UPO, Us Plus One. They was doing their thing. So then they was popping.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's call D-Mec. D-Mec shows up. Me and D-Mec did a remix on one of my songs. So we did that. And then my brother was like, yo, we're going to call Popcorn and get Popcorn on the track. And I always wanted to battle Popcorn because it was like I was that dude and then he was that dude. And it was like we never got to get it on.
Where was he from? Where was Popcorn from? Because you were from Bushwick, though. Where was he from?
Well, his boy Deadeye was from Coney Island. But Popcorn was from Bushwick too, but he lived actually. Popcorn lived around Halsey Park over there. I want to say by Hancock around there.
Weirfield, around that area.
Yeah, around that area. So, when my brother called Popcorn, he come to the studio and he got that swag like, yo, I'm the one. So we did a track, and the track we did, I said, I'm gonna let y'all go first. I'm going last. And on my shit, I was just like, whether I'm first, second, or third, I'm gonna rock. Like, and so from there, they gave me my props, and I gave them their props and everything, and we just hit it off, man. And from there, we brought Ark into the game, and then Ark brought Gems to the game. Gems brought Carmen into the game, and she was dope singer, dope R&B singer. Oh man. So I mean, we just started going crazy and doing song after song, and we got that raw, and that shit was popping.
Yeah, well, let's see if you can get that track on here so folks can hear a little bit of. We've got that raw. Let's see.
That was 99 2000.
That's when it came out?
Yes, sir.
99 2000. Where was I in 2000? I was in New York City because that's when September 11th occurred. 2001,
yeah, it was crazy.
2001 actually, and 2000. Yeah, I was in Fort Hamilton when that occurred. So, all right, let's check out this track here. We got that raw, and listen to that vibe.
First till my voice hurts. You from the streets, let the noise burst. Pop the heat, got big, rock to sleep. Cause you thought it was sweet, but fucking with me, got caught in the heat. But now I go to war with a beat. When I break, they want beef, I bring steak. I fillet MC's tapes, I got more than you can take, whatever. Yeah, you can walk the streets round here. Cause you shook, you won't be around next year. While you pop crisp, we drink beer, you want hits, we rock shit together. You still talking shit, kid, whatever. Y'all made me come like this, act like this, spaz out and rap like this. Since 86, everything I drop in hits, and y'all still talking shit, whatever. Bring all your beats, all your flows and beats, all them cats from the street, rats back with heat. Yo, I told you, no self-control is deep, and y'all still on beat, whatever. All it takes one smack, you ain't ready to war yet. This everywhere, nigga, have your projects back. Fucking with me, my click beat going insane. Holding it down, no self-control, all in the brain. Drinking 151, son, it's just begun, son. That Puerto Rican rum
time, son, to get the job done. Twisted, all in the studio because I'm gifted. Whatever, holding it down, I'm on that clever flip the mister. Ready for ready, right at the door with the deal part. Think shit is sweet, tap your jaw. It's Brooklyn knuckle, you know them wild motherfuckers. Dealing with Pete to get Rad, I'm gonna buck ya. Whatever, y'all made me come like this, act like this, spaz rap like this. Since 86,
Yeah.
everything I drop in.
We got that raw from NSK Squad 2000. What a real, that's an awesome rap. And
Yeah, bring back a lot of memories.
gosh, man, I remember even the posters when you guys had the posters. You were putting posters up, CDs as well. I've got a copy of the CD, fortunately, and gosh, 2000 was a big thing. Now 2001 comes September 11th. Remember that day? Tell me a little bit about what was going through your mind when that occurred.
Yeah, man, I was getting ready to go to work one morning, and I'm looking at ESPN. I'm watching ESPN on TV, and then the camera just went to the Twin Towers, and it was smoking and everything. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And I see the next plane just bang right into the other one. I'm like, oh man, what's going on here? They breaking news and things are going crazy. And my brother and my Uncle Fred was working down in the city too. So I'm trying to get on the phone with them. Nobody's answering their phones. I was just going crazy. I was stressed out, like, yo, what's going on? Like, hopefully they're not there. I didn't know what to think.
Yeah, so that was pretty alarming and whatnot, especially since it was, in our backyard right there in New York City. It was
Facts.
something that we'll never ever forget.
That should
So
devastate a lot of
2001,
families, man.
yeah, it changed. It changed just about everything. How we travel, just our whole security prowess was raised and elevated at all levels. Whether you're working, at a corporate office or you're working for the government, and everything was just everyone was on their P's and Q's.
That's a fact, man.
So local graffiti artists. So I'm going to name a few graffiti artists, whatnot, and let me know whether you've heard the name before, if you've seen their artwork, you've interacted with them. I'm just going to go through a simple list. Pima.
Pima, that was my boy right there. He get busy with his shit. BH crew,
EK.
shout out to Pima.
Yeah, shout out to Pima. EK.
EK, wow. He got up, yo. That boy was getting up. I didn't know him, but I know he got up.
How about Smug?
Smug, yeah. I ran into him a few times. Good dude. He used to rock with Kes 5 and them. And they was getting up a lot, like quick too.
I think he passed away, as a matter of fact, Smug.
He did? Wow, rest in peace, man.
So, RLC.
RLC. Yeah, I know him. I know him pretty well. Yeah, he used to be on with MSD. He was a cool kid. He was catching a lot of ups.
Yep. Show. May he rest in peace.
Show legend right there, man. That shit. He introduced me to a few of the younger members of his crew, and we got along very well. It was a good dude, man. He got up and he had style too, man. He was nice with his shit.
Right. Seer. SEIR. Seer.
Oh man, what? He used to get up, man. I ain't know him personally, but he got up too. I see his name everywhere. Everywhere I went, he was up.
Sept.
Sept, that's Show's right hand right there. You see Show, you see Sept. That was like Beavis and Butthead together all the time.
DG. May he rest in peace.
Oh man, legend, man. That dude's a legend. I had the honor of going bombing with him a couple times, and
Wow.
we had some fun. That he was a dangerous dude to go bombing with though. Had a lot of good times though. Great dude.
Vfer.
Vfer, he was up. I ain't know him personally, but he was that dude. He was everywhere, man. Everywhere. Every train I saw, Vfer Ghost and all them on the trains.
Peel. Peil.
Peel, wow, old school, wow, yes sir. He was nice with his shit. He had pieces of my brother's black book, your black books. Like,
Yep. Sure
Yeah,
did.
man.
Pianer.
Pianer, another old school cat. Shout out to Pianer, OU. Okay. Yeah, shit. He down in Florida too right now doing this thing still. Still
Oh.
piecing out there.
A.O. Amigo.
AO. Wow, he had mad. I don't remember if I knew him or not, but I knew he was up everywhere too, man. He was up everywhere.
Easy.
Easy legend. That dude was like that. You couldn't go nowhere without seeing that name. Trains, walking anywhere. He was just up.
Fib. F-I-B.
Wow. Damn. That's old school too, right there. 80s, 90s. They was man. Listen, he was nice too. He was another everywhere nigga.
Everyone talked about Easy and Jaws. What about Nuts and Nasty?
Oh wow. Damn. I never met them personally either, but they were king and shit too.
Kes 5.
Kez 5. That boy didn't care about nothing. He didn't care about who he went over, when he went over. He was just up everywhere, yo. Like he was like the JA of that era.
Jaws.
Jaws were easy, like you said. Oh man, I didn't know them, but they was both of them crazy. You see one name, you see the other, basically.
Uh, how about going back in the neighborhood where you grew up? Ter.
Wow, Tur. Damn, didn't he live across the street from me or something? Yeah. Oh man, he was nice too.
Yeah.
He was
JC.
nice. JC, that's my boy right there. JC he didn't really get too up, but when he went looking out for my brother while he was getting up,
Hmm.
his name was there too.
DY.
DY, TNG squad. That dude, that's a good dude right there. He got up too, man. He went and got up for a while.
Sony. May he rest in peace.
Sony, rest in peace. You already know you five till I die. That boy, that boy Sony actually he definitely did die U5 and he was up, yo. He was doing his thing.
Yep. FN.
FN. Holy shit. Damn, that's another legendary name right there. He was out there. Didn't
Reese.
know him though. Who's that?
Reese. REAS from AOK crew.
Oh, from AOK crew. Yeah. Oh man, he was nice too. He used to
Yep.
get up too. I ain't know him personally either though, but he was up.
Okay.
There's another one, yo. You missing Stack?
Stack
Stack
FUA.
was up. He was cool as hell too. He was weird sometimes though, but he was cool though.
How about CQ?
CQ.
No one talks
Holy
about the
shit.
old TOS guys, man.
Wow. Damn.
Joey's was awesome when he first came out. CQ. He used to ride with
Yep.
Ono.
Oh wow. Yeah. Remember DK?
Yeah.
DK DEKAY? He was everywhere too.
Famer.
Famer. Oh wow. That was, he had some dope pieces on y'all books.
Yeah, he was
That
very.
he wasn't he down with SMD?
No, he had his
Famer was
RSD
U5
crew.
too though.
He was U5. He was one of the original prezzes.
Yeah.
U5, I believe, and he was
I thought he got down with SMD too with Crib and them.
Crib. Shout out to
Shout out
SMD crew.
SMD crew, yo.
Crib. Who was
Joker.
down there? Joker. May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man.
Beam. Rock 55.
Rock 55. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
shout out
crazy
to
shit
Crib.
is I was super young when I was meeting all these guys. I'm like, yo, I didn't really know about the graffiti, but I'm looking at the books like this is him? That's nice.
Mhm.
And oh man, I had the privilege to meet a lot of dope artists and not even really know at the time who I was meeting and what was their stamp on the game. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I think about it now.
So you went to Bushwick High School as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and in Bushwick High School, I mean, that was a pretty interesting high school. I graduated in '89, but tell me what were things like in school in Bushwick High School? Was there? I know we had a lot of other crews that were
A
not
lot of
graffiti
other crews.
affiliated. You had Decepticons out there. You had Bushwick Posse. You had a number of other people that were out there, drug dealers, and people that are not affiliated with graffiti per se. But there were a lot of
Yeah.
groups
You
out
go to
there.
school, as soon as the funny shit, EC used to come pick me up, smoke a blunt on the way to school, get to school, and every drug dealer is outside the school, chilling out with all the young kids. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on out here? Then you got to go into school. Now they got the metal detectors and everything, making sure nobody coming in with razors, knives, guns, whatever the hell. It was
Right.
crazy. I remember one time we go up in homeroom class, and it was me and my boy Dash, and shout out to Ruben, bro. That's my boy. And Jimmy. My boy Jimmy, TN, too nice. So we up in a homeroom class, and I was like, yo, roll up. So we start rolling up in the class, and the homeroom teacher walks in, was like, what y'all doing? I was like, we rolling up. He was like, you
You're
can't do
rolling
that in
up
my
a
class. I was
blunt
like,
or
rolling a blunt, yeah. So he
in
was
the
like, you can't do
class.
that in my class. I was like, who says this is your class? And he looking at me like, who's this little motherfucker, right? I'm like, I said, yo, we just gonna roll up. We ain't gonna smoke in here yet. So he was like, what do you mean yet? So he was like, you better
God.
put something by the door or something. That shit was
Now,
funny as hell, yo.
well, if you were out there smoking blunts in the class, one of the things that GA and I used to do, we used to go and get them stink bombs, and we used to go and pop those things.
Oh,
Especially if you're a
them
Spanish
shits
class.
mess everything up, right?
Oh my gosh, man,
Fun
that's
times,
crazy.
man. Fun times.
Well, tell me a little bit about you and the relationship with your son, because one of your sons is a rapper as well, right?
That's right. Wavy J. He called himself Wavy Wonders now. Yeah,
Wow.
he came up to stay with me one summer, you know, after he finished the school semester, come up to stay with me from Florida or whatever. And I had him. So like when he was gonna go back, I was like, you know what? Why don't you just stay with me and finish high school here with me? So then he just started getting into the raps, listening to my tracks. He come with me to the studio and hear what I'm doing. He's like, oh, I'm nice, I'm nice. So I just let him, do his thing, let him do his thing a couple times. Like, oh, okay, you starting to get there. You starting to get there. Then I bring him to the studio one more time,
Right.
and he got on the track with me. And we got it. We got like a few songs together. We had a nice little package of songs that we could put out if we wanted to. But
You
yeah,
got
he
one.
started getting nice, man. Now he got his own different style right now. He's into a couple of different styles, which I like because he's not in the same lane all the time.
Yeah, he's got a pretty even. I like his flow. Like I said, when I first saw the video, I didn't even know who he was. He's so tall. How tall is this
Yeah.
guy?
I mean, the tallness skips generations, so it definitely skipped mine.
Yeah, everyone. This is rated U5. This is U5 News Flash, and I've got Rad NSK on. We're gonna take a break here and take a look at and see this video with Rad and his son rapping over here. The name of the track is called On Site. Let's listen to you and your brother Ryan. Let's see how this goes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Get that money.
Yeah, I'm looking at the light. Flash coming quick, dash on me. You know that we bringing the vibe. Middle course and some cold shoulder. No, I'll never be down for the fight. Just know it's on site. Yeah, nigga living life, but everything comes with a price. Yeah, I'm looking at the lights. Flash coming quick, dash on me. You know that we bringing the vibe. Little ghost and some cold shoulder, no, I'll never be down for the fight. Just know it's on site. Yeah, nigga living life, but everything comes with a price. Comfortable when I'm alone. I ain't showing now unless I must go. There's a reason for the phones. Texting is just how I make an appearance. I don't expect you all to know what goes on, what goes wrong. I just want y'all to go with the flow. Cause everything happens for a reason. I'm pretty sure that you heard it before. Whoa, life is getting crazy, ain't it? Speeding by with Johnny Damon, the hottest shit. It catch a flame in an instant. See the finish in the distance. We ain't too far from it. Pissing mad like drumming. This a rough life, but just keep running through. Looking for something new. I ain't worried about making moves, seeking what I wanna do. Won't accept nothing less from me, but the question is it with you? So many come, so few stay, but they all gonna be there to view. Whoa, looking at the lights. Flash coming quick, dash on me. You know that we bringing the vibe. Little close and some cold shoulder, no, I'll never be down for the fight. Just know it's on site. Yeah, nigga living life, but everything comes with a price. Yeah, I'm looking at the lights. Flash coming quick, dash on me. You know that we bringing the vibe. Little close and some cold shoulder, no, I'll never be down for the fight. Just know it's on site. Yeah, nigga living life, but everything comes with a price.
Pulled up in a new whip, made that bitch look stupid. She told me I'd be a nobody, I'm somebody big in this music. I'm going in for my numbers, I'm going big for the movement. My little girl, she here now, my little star keep the room lit. Polo rugby exclusives, something new in this cool wrist. I got these sixes in all white, and then them shits like Cool Whip. Kids tripping in NY, I been tripping in NY. I'm so New York on my bullshit, all white, navy blue kit. Why try to fit in? When I could just stand out, while everybody got their hand out, looking for a fucking handout. Whoa, you put your man in, go get your man out with his cheese. Nigga, there's rats in, you keep running your damn mouth. I bring the cam out, video all of my new shit. Breaking news, that's what I do when you just get the exclusives. Shout out to Wavy J, he had a line that was stupid. You made it a hot line, I made it mine and abused it like pulled up in a new V. Told that bitch this the new me. And my wife got that triple fat, like the gooses on Cool C. They caught the vapors like Cool V. Ladies love me like I'm Cool J, cause I break the walls down like Jericho. When I come through like Kool-Aid. Word to E, it's a new day, man. You see me pull up in a new whip. Me and wife be like Mike and Scotty, cause we back on that bullshit. Only way I could be like Drake, if we fucking them mills up. Word to Meek, I could take a L and come back popping them wheels up.
Whew. Man, oh man, you guys really got it going on. Really, really impressive. And
Thank you.
man, and it must be, tell me how it is to even be out there rapping with your son, you know, on a track. I mean, that must have been exhilarating.
That's a great feeling, man. To see him, like, I got a whole video of him, the whole studio session, like him in there just zoning out, like getting busy. I'm like, oh man, I love that shit, man. That's a great feeling.
Looked like you guys had a great time doing that video, whatnot.
Oh yeah, proud moment right there. Very proud.
Well, your brother was one of the originators of the graffiti magazines back in the 80s, like putting stuff together, page by page, editing, going out there, taking train rides, taking photographs, putting it together. He came up with this magazine called Graff News.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we were all part of that. You know, it was a great era, and I think he probably came out with like maybe about a dozen issues. But now they went into color, and so tell me, aside from the Graff News, any favorite magazines, Graff magazines that you like or you're fond of?
Shit, the Subway Art was always that one. That was my first graffiti magazine that I seen.
Right.
Is the Wiz, all of them on there. Like, oh man, that shit had me. My mind was blown looking at this shit. Every piece on there, I always wanted to put their letters into my name. I was like trying to copy every graffiti letter in there, like just to get myself right. And that shit kind of taught me, like, all right, it was biting. Of course, it was biting at the time, but it was trying to get you to perfect your craft. That shit had me like, it was a good time trying to get right.
What about Graff movies? Any particular graffiti movies that you liked?
Shit. Well, what was that? B Street when Ramo and them on the trains. What was that? B Street?
Wild Style.
Wild Style. Oh man. Shit, Coming to America,
Graffiti.
y'all guys was on that shit.
Yeah, we were on the actually train. Yeah, and Coming
For
to
real, that
America.
shit was dope too. Like, why look every time I bring up, oh, Coming to America, you know, my brother's gonna say, you see the GA on there, right? You see the GA,
Yeah, I've
Audi
seen
and
him in a
DY,
couple
everybody.
movies though. Yeah, I've seen him up in NSK in different videos and different movies. I'm like, what?
Yep, yep. I see
Yeah,
he got ups in this Hartford, this rap group from Hartford, and they doing their video shoot and everything, and they walking by, you see a big
uh,
GA1 NSK. I'm like, oh, this guy is everywhere, yo.
yeah. So as far as your music is concerned or your art, I see you've got a bunch of tattoos. Were you ever involved in actually making the tattoos, or you just get them?
I get a lot of tattoos. I got into tattooing, but then, me being the knucklehead that I was, I messed my hand up a little bit and I had to stop early. I had to retire early.
Okay. So out of all the elements of hip hop, you were involved with the rapping, you were involved with the graffiti, you were involved with the breakdancing. Did you ever do beatboxing? Do any mixing DJing?
I didn't do the beatboxing, but I did DJ because, when y'all was doing the music, we had DJ equipment. We had
Yeah.
DJ equipment and that was always in the crib. So it was like, all right, I can just DJ now. When everybody's outside, I'm in the crib DJing and learning how to mix everything and scratch and everything. Oh man, that shit was a good
Your
time.
brother had those Technique 1200s, man, in the cases.
In the cases, man.
Ah, those are like gold, bro.
For real. And then when he got the beat machines, oh man, it was crazy. I was loving that.
So to wrap up this interview, I want to just pick your brain and ask you a couple questions. One, graph has changed so much from when we were growing up, right? From the 80s to now. You can go online on YouTube and see people teaching others how to go and use
For
how to
real.
use caps. You got all these different caps. I saw one spray can where he had this attachment where it can spray like 2 or 3 or 4 lines at the same time. It's crazy.
Yep.
Like all these gadgets, all these tutorials online about graffiti, how to go and rock your letters, how to do your fillings, how to do your tags, hand
Yep.
styles. What do you think about graffiti? What do you think is lacking at this point?
It's lacking originality, man. Like everybody's doing the same exact thing. Like you just said, everybody's learning online and they're just following what they're seeing. Not like we had to go out and bag our paint. We used to go steal paint. We used to go get chased at pergaments. Or like it was crazy back in the day. It was real. Like we was out really trying to get paint, like so we can go crazy. These dudes out here buying cases of Montanas and everything. I mean, I buy cases of Montana too. I ain't even gonna front. But I mean, that's because I'm older now. I ain't going out in the streets doing that. But it's like everything is so watered down, man. Like it's not like the old school, man. It's not like the old school.
So, do you have any projects? Do you have or you have a way for your fans, especially that listen to your music, to reach out to you? Do they reach out to you on Instagram or some other method?
Right now I have the Rotten Apple Rad YouTube page, with my music on there, but I don't really get into the social medias like that, not too much. Um, but like
Okay.
everything that I have, you can find all my graffiti on my brother's Instagram, GA's Instagram. I think it's Mr. G71 or something like that, his Instagram. But
All right.
all my graffiti, everything I
Make
do, basically I just put, he puts up on his page. And
right.
you know, I I just try to stay out of everybody's way. Mind my business.
Any regrets that you have from the past?
And graffiti wise or music wise or
Graffiti
what?
wise.
Graffiti
Graffiti
wise?
wise.
Yeah, like I had problems with a lot of people just because they wrote their name similar to the way I wrote my name, and they had like two out of the three letters of my name. I don't want to really put people out there like that and get them that shout out, but I had problems with people just because they had their names. They was trying to write it the similar way to the way I wrote it and do their throwaways with my letters. I was like what's going on here? So I used to go out and go crazy and go kill them, like them kids that was hitting the garbage cans. I mean, not the garbage cans, the garbage trucks. TK and them, all them, the little nerdy kids. But they was getting up. But every time we went out there to go catch them, they wasn't there, or they knew how to get away from where from where we was at. It was crazy. Like JRC. Them
Do
little,
you remember the U5 freights?
oh man, hell yeah. I think I spoke about this one time with you and my brother or something, and I remember me and EC went bombing every day for a whole summer, like every day of the summer from June all the way to September, every day. And then one day I had ulcers, and I was like, yo, I can't miss this day. I'm in bed sick as hell. I'm like, I can't miss this day. We're in the summertime. I was like, let's go do a piece at the freights, at the U5 freights. So me and EC get over there. Actually, when we first get over there, I didn't even say this last time I talked to you about it. When we first get over there, we about to climb down the fence, down the wall, and there's a cat hanging with a cigarette in his mouth.
Oh
Mr.
my,
Arc U5.
a
I was
cat.
like, hell nah. But so needless to say, man, it was a nice, really hot summer day, and I'm sick as a dog, and I'm doing two pieces. I got to do an EC and a Rad U5 piece. I'm like, is this crazy or what? And he's just watching me. I'm like, yo, fill your shit in, man. Good time though. It was a good time. Piece came out kind of dope. And then my brother actually met us down there. He was like, "What are you doing out here?" That shit was a good time though. The
Uh,
U5 freights, man. That was the best spot ever. Anytime we try to catch people over there trying to go over our shit.
I remember we had this big one of our get-togethers here at the U5 freights, and there must have been like 50 of us. I mean, Audi,
Yeah. Oh
Danny
man.
there, Sony was there, Famer, I think Just was there, SU, Koner, all those. I mean,
Toner. Oh
everyone was
man. Nash. Yeah. Every like. Wow. I
there.
remember Koner too, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
My boy Ice. Ice was there.
Any
Damn.
shout outs? Any shout outs you have, whatnot? Anything you want to get off your chest? Anything you want to talk? Anything you want to direct to these graffiti artists out there now? Or just any shout outs to your family and friends, any writers?
I definitely got shout outs to some writers. EC, first of all, that's my brother to the death right there. EC, we did everything together. My boy Tech from MOB, IOF, PCU, BU. Rest in peace, my boy Asp. I used to go bomb with him a few times. He kept me out of a lot of trouble, even though he was a lot of trouble. That was my boy, GR from Group Home. He was from East New
Yeah.
York. GR, yep. Like I said, Ice U5, DG, legend. He taught me a lot. Uh, my boy IM, Kayak. Shout out to
Kayak
Kayak,
and
U5.
Sega, wherever he's at. Shout out to Sega.
Yes, yes. Um, Pima, Piana, my boy Ark. Of course, you, my brother GA, my
Or
boy Aesop upstate, getting crazy out here, killing shit with us. And my boy
or
Signal, NSK. Um, just everybody, man. All real graffiti dudes. All real graffiti dudes, man. Audi. Audi is my boy right there. Like just all the old school from Bushwick, especially from Bushwick. I know a lot of other I said rappers, a lot of other graffiti artists from everywhere, but my
right.
Bushwick people hold it down for us.
Yeah. Shout out to the other presidents in U5. Shout out to Troop. I know he had a trip out there in Southeast
True.
Asia. He's back. And shout out to Audi and Arc.
Nice.
So that's what's up.
That's right.
Well, Rad, man. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming on this show. U5 News Flash, and we've got another track. We're gonna go and end this with your track that you've got here, banned from the radio. So once again, thanks for everything, and hope to have you back in a future show.
That's right. That's right. You already know I appreciate you having me here. You know, second time's a charm.
Shout out to NSK
Much love,
crew out
cuz.
there, no self-control.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
U5 Chapter 4, baby. No joke. You already know.
That's what's up.
One of you niggas, I get movie deal cake to act dumb and you niggas. I gotta stun a little harder, go a little longer. Put this fire to a track and make it hotter than the sauna. I'm known to kill beats, so you know I fuck your song up. Sleeper punchlines, every bar come with a coma. Everywhere I roll up, they know the kid. My money like faith in my pockets, they know it's big. Get it? I'm a role model, Remy Martin gold bottle. I'm about pushing, hit that everything's a gold throttle. I got a team that's gon' follow. Shit, I'm number one in New York. Rocket style, my gold goggles. I'm from the streets where it's so hostile. If you ain't crippin' the blood and then no self-control, got you. I'm so neutral, do what suits you. I'm a Brooklyn boy, may take some getting used to. Put the swag in it, duffel bag of cash in it. Word that can't define me's trash, nigga, if Rad did it. You already know what it is, baby. No self-control, mixtape.